guys want to hear the funniest and most embarrassing story? So I go for an interview for Panera, and I get there, and it's downtown Kansas City in the Crown Center area, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. There's no parking lot for the restaurant. Like, oh no. And I find street parking, and then like there's this person behind me. I get nervous when people are behind me. I'm like, oh, am I doing something wrong? Are they gonna like say something to me? So I was like, and like he just had his flashers on, so I was like, oh, maybe I'm parking. I was like, whatever. I'm like, you know, I just start overthinking it. I'm like, oh, probably looking at me like an idiot. So I was like, whatever. I'll go in the parking lot because it was right in front of me. I go in there, right? Okay. You have to take the ticket out after you press the button, right? I take the ticket out. I realized I was not parked close enough to it to where I could grab the ticket. I had to get out of the car and grab it. And the person behind me was like, oh no, I got on the way. It wasn't going to take me that long, but still. That's what they were thinking. Oh my gosh. No. Who are you beeping at? You haven't even gone anywhere. See, I hate people driving. I'm literally married and doing nothing wrong, and people are beeping. Because what? Because you want to merge? That makes no sense. You weren't even near me, first of all. Anyways, you guys, that was the story. So yeah, that's what was happening, right? Anyways, I take my ticket, I go park. I'm on a orange level parking, right? I don't know where to go because there's literally no sign. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. People's cars are so annoying. This muffler, bro, is like, I don't even know if y'all can hear me. It's how loud those cars are. Golly. Okay. So, get in there, I park. Cause it says like, okay, Panera's this way. So I go park, right? And I don't see like a way to exit, right? To get out, so I can get out and find Panera. I asked the lady, so we're next to an elevator. That's where you get out. Then it looks suspicious. I was like, hey, do you know where Panera is? She's like, no, I don't. And then I try to go in the elevator. She's like, you can't actually go in this elevator. This is for people who have offices here. I'm like, oh, okay, alright, thank you. So I go, right? Keep walking. And then I find an elevator and I go in, and then I'm on a level above, right? I'm on a level above. Gosh. Why is it the most traffic-y? It's not Saturday, Sunday, because I literally, it's right Saturday, it's Monday, you guys. To be fair, it's the 23rd of December, but still, I don't like it. I don't like this. So, I find the elevator, go in, and then I like end up on another parking level, and I was like, okay, and then I see this like mom and daughter speaking Korean, and I was gonna ask them, but then I was like, they look lost too, so I was like, okay, it's not gonna be helpful to ask them because they're literally lost too. So I was like, okay. I was looking around to find someone that works there, and found someone that works there. I'm like, hey, do you know how to exit? Like, get out, like, walking, like, pedestrian? She's like, yeah, you go over there. It was sort of right in front of me, but not really, because that garage didn't even have, like, you know, the arrows that tell you, like, which direction you go, or, like, stuff like that. It was just like a, figure it out type of thing. So that's what was happening there. And I exited, right? And then it's like, oh, now I have to figure out how to get to Panera from this garage. So I go there. For some reason, it looks like I'm gonna fall because it looks like I'm like on the roof or something. And then I look and I go, oh, there's stairs. So I go down the stairs and I'm like, oh yeah, Panera's over there. So I walk down, blah blah. I'm so glad I left the house early, you guys, and made it 20 minutes early because I would have never been on time. I was on time because I left 20 minutes early and I had time to get lost. So I am so glad I did that. So yeah, that came in handy. So I get out, I go to Panera, and then I'm like, it's super busy. It's the holidays, you guys, and literally, it just wasn't it. And I'm like, okay, this is small restaurant in the middle of like downtown, and there's no area to ask for like a manager or anything. There was no like empty area. It's all like, okay, order food, blah blah. I'm like, oh no. I was like, okay, I can't interrupt and go in front of people because they're gonna yell at me. So I was like, okay, let's wait until we see a worker. There's no workers. And I see this guy wearing the Flynn group shirt, and I like recognize that Flynn is the overhead company of like Panera and other restaurants. So I was like, hey, I can have an interview. Where do I go? Blah blah. He's like, okay, I'll go try to find a manager. He goes, he's like, all the managers are busy, so I'll do your interview. So we do the interview. I'm sweating because I've been lost and like just so many things had been going on, right? So that happens. Boy, if you're gonna merge, just merge. That make no sense. When I let them merge, they don't want to merge. When I don't let them merge, no. Wait, when I don't let them merge, they'll merge anyway. I don't even know, but you guys get what I mean. So there's that happening, right? Come there, I'm doing the interview. So I tell him like how I've been working mental health and addiction, like stuff like that, and like he doesn't really know what to say. And I said I work at Ivy, so that like could be relatable. So he's like, I don't really know what questions to ask, like relating to that and to like, you know, like translating that. She's like, I was just gonna ask about Ivy, so we did that. I didn't have any specific examples because at this point I was tired, and I just, whenever I don't have a specific example in mind, I'll just make up like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do in this scenario. Answer, and that's what I say. And so far, it's gone me through a lot of interviews. Sometimes I have an example, but it's very short and brief, and it just tells you, okay, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what I do, what I did, right? I don't have a specific like memory or like thing that I can think of at that moment. I also don't want them to wait and maybe just be like thinking for a minute. You know what I mean? So yeah, I do that. And I just give him like a what I do or whatever. Then he asked me some like generic questions, and I answered it. Again, I have specific answers and stuff like that. And then he asked me like, what's your favorite restaurant? I'm like, oh, I guess Chipotle. And then I was like, I felt like that was gonna be a trick question. Like, oh, is this like I'm supposed to say Panera because I'm at an interview for Panera? I was like, but if I said Panera, it'd probably seem weird, like I'm trying to people please, so I didn't say that. So I was like, okay. So Chipotle, because I like Chipotle. So I said Chipotle. He's like, okay, how would you advertise Chipotle to me if I've never been there before? And I wanted to order, but I don't know like what to order, you know? I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, okay, so I would tell you like what's on the menu. I was stumbling a bit, and then I was like, okay. And I told him about my favorite thing to select and stuff like that. And yeah, he's like, good. He's like, a lot of people that come here have never been here before, or people interview, stuff like that, you know? And so he's like, you just gotta like tell them like about the food and like tell them like what's good and stuff, you know? So anyways, do that. I think the interview goes fine. He gives me a cup to drink like immediately, like a cup to fill out with a drink, which I thought was super sweet, to be honest. Yeah, this was even before we sat down for the interview. So yeah, finished the interview. He says, I'm gonna schedule a second interview with the manager. The manager wasn't there, so I'm assuming that's why we need a second interview. I don't think that's part of the standard protocol, but yeah. So yeah, okay, it's time for me to leave. Okay, guys. Alright, now there's a bunch of stairs. And I was like, oh, I see a way to get in the garage, right? I go in there, and I should have just taken the stairs, right? And I'm like, these are letters I've never seen before. I don't know about this, and I don't see an elevator, so I'm just gonna get out of there and go find the stairs and get up on the right level. Okay. I look around, and then I find the stairs. I get in. Okay, I'm on the level that I parked at, right? Okay, cool. I get in my car. I find my car. I have my ticket that I'm supposed to put into the thing, and then I see like an exit thing, right? And it is an exit thing, but it turned out not to be a people exit thing. It turned out to be an employee exit thing. And I knew in my head, I was like, okay, this is like a black box that has a key in it, so clearly it wouldn't be able to tell that I put a ticket inside of it. And there was like a little badge scanner next to it. I'm like, okay, yeah, but maybe I'm wrong, and like I don't really see anywhere else to exit, so maybe I'm wrong and it can. I should have listened to my instincts. No, it's just a box. The thing went into the box, you guys. Absolute idiot. So I went into the box and I was like, okay, that didn't work, and now my ticket's stuck, and I don't know how to exit, and I still don't even know where the exit floor is. Okay. I found that same lady again, you guys. From behind, she has super short hair, so I'm like, excuse me, sir, I also can't see you guys, even though I'm wearing glasses. Like, even though I got, like, what's it called? My eyes checked for another prescription stuff. He gave me the same exact prescription, if not worse. Because, like, it still doesn't let me see the street signs unless I'm, like, super close to it. So I'm just like, whatever. And I never went back. I was just like, maybe I'm just, like, overreacting, or I just don't see, like, that. I don't know. I never went back. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe we'll fix it later. But anyways. And then I look, she turns around, and I'm like, oh, ma'am, blah, blah, blah. Like, how do I get the ticket out? You have a plea? She's like, I do not work for the parking garage. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was like, thank you, bye. So, like, again, like, this lady's like, leave me alone. It's like, what are you talking about? He's like, huh? And then he's like, oh, I don't work for the parking garage. But anyways, so I keep walking, hoping to see someone that could help me. So I see the guys going around with this, like, the golf cart thingy, like, driving around. I see the guys park, and I ask him for help. He's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, I know what you're talking about, blah blah. And it seemed like someone's done this before, because obviously he knows what I'm talking about. Or maybe it just seems obvious, right? He's like, oh, I don't have the key, just go up to the second floor and exit. Anyways, they'll help you, it should be fine. And then he sees another, he's like, oh yeah, he should have the key. He goes and gets my thing out of the box. I'm like, okay, I also don't know how the heck to get out of here. Like, where is the way to get out? He's like, oh yeah, just go this way. So I went that way, and I turned around, I went up the ramp, and then lo and behold, you had to figure out where to go again. And I did. It wasn't too complicated, so I went up. Oh, also they told me, apparently, like, you can get a voucher from whatever restaurant or store you went to, parking voucher. I didn't know about this. That way you don't have to pay for the parking. I guess that's to validify that you're, like, actually using their stores or whatever, and that's how you don't have to pay or something. I don't know. And he's like, do you have one? I'm like, no, sorry. They also told me, like, the guys from the carts, they also told me that, like, I could go back up to Panera again. I'm not going back up there. They don't know how to interview there. But I'm like, I'm not gonna go embarrass myself at Panera again. Well, I didn't embarrass myself the first time, but imagine I go back and they're looking at me like, why is she back here? Like, I don't want to do that. That's weird. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll just learn from my mistakes. So I was like, okay, I'm ready to pay. It's probably gonna be $3 to $7, something like that, right? So I do that. I'm up there. He's like, do you have the validation for parking? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm sorry. Also, he took my thing and put it in the, like, the actual thing. And he's like, do you have the validation? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. He's like, and I'm not sure exactly what he said, because his voice was very low, but he grabbed the thing and he scanned it, and it took, like, the price off. It was $11, y'all, and I'm broke, and I can't even pay my rent. I, like, make $700, barely $700 right now. My rent is $810, and then my other bills and stuff like that. But I was like already willing to put my credit card and just pay for it. And he had, like, grabbed that, like, the paper thingy, and I guess put in, like, a validation or voucher. I don't know if he, like, does that for everyone. I don't know. I feel like I doubt it. What are you doing, FedEx? Okay. Get your addresses right, FedEx. But anyways. What was I saying? So yeah, he did that for me, and I was so happy. I wonder if he's like, I'll let you go this time. Like, it seemed like I was a genuine person. Or something like that, or maybe because it's the holidays. But yeah, that's what happened, you guys. And then I left, and I went home. And this is why I don't like downtown, you guys. If you don't know where you're going, you're screwed until you learn, and you don't make the same mistake again. Because you learn from your idiotic mistakes. You have them clearly imprinted in your memories. So now I won't make the same mistakes again. So I guess I learned. Yeah. Not like I've been living in Kansas City all my life. To be fair, I've never went, like, anywhere. My dad never took us anywhere. So, like, it's kind of like I'm living here new. So yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, that was my little trip. Thank you guys for listening to my embarrassing little moments. Yeah, everything was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal, you guys. But have a second interview. So the next time I won't be lost. So that's a good thing, you guys. And I won't like have to ask that lady again. She's probably like, oh my gosh, is her. I don't know if I'm gonna see her again, but yeah. So everything should be fine. If I get the job, I get the job. The only thing I was like thinking about was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be this busy. And I also didn't see that many roles other than like cooking and like giving this stuff out. To be fair, it was like super busy because it was like holidays, about to be Christmas. So I don't know. The amount of people like overwhelmed me, and like I couldn't see like all the job options, so I didn't know. But yeah, everything should be fine. I think I'll be okay. I told them, they asked me how many hours I want. I said 15 to 20. I don't know if that's what I want, because I'm like, well, how many hours do you need to get benefits? Because I forgot like that I wanted that, and I was thinking, oh yeah, I already have 10 hours at the other job, so that should be enough hours. But then I was like, not really, because like I want the benefits. So yeah, gotta figure out how many hours until I get benefits, and that's like all manager that he didn't know stuff position. So yeah, so that's what happened. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm probably gonna get the job. I think like 89% sure, 90% I'm gonna get the job. I have to decide if I want to. I'm gonna accept it regardless, okay? Hopefully I get the job. Now I'm like 70-80%. I don't even know, guys. I'm overthinking this. Hopefully my second interview goes well, and I get the job and I can figure out the hours and stuff. And if I get the job, I'm definitely accepting it. And then if I get the other job and it's better and the hours are better and I like the job more, then I'm gonna quit that job and just be with the other job. That's what I'm gonna do. Just keep my options open. I don't really care where it is, as long as I get money and benefits, and whichever gives me better money, benefits, and hours, that's what I'm gonna keep. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Have a good day. Bye.